When you marry someone, you expect respect. Not just in private but also in public, especially when you're standing beside them. Unfortunately, my wife, Laura, forgot that one basic rule of marriage. It was her company's annual holiday party. She begged me to come along, saying it would mean a lot to her if I showed my face. I don't usually enjoy these kinds of events. I run my own business, and mingling with office gossip isn't my thing. But for her, I agreed. The hotel ballroom sparkled with crystal chandeliers, and music filled the air. I stayed close to Laura, content to let her shine. But then he showed up, Ethan, her colleague. Tall, loud, smug. The kind of man who thought the world owed him attention. He clapped me on the back like we were old friends, though I'd only met him once before. "So this is the famous husband?" Ethan said with a grin. "Laura, I pictured someone taller." A few people laughed. Laura flushed red but didn't defend me. I smiled politely, letting it slide. But Ethan wasn't done. "So what do you do?" he asked, swirling his drink. Before I could answer, he smirked. "Wait, don't tell me, you're one of those stay-at-home types? Living off Laura's paycheck." The laughter got louder this time. My wife giggled nervously, then looked away. She didn't correct him. She didn't protect me. I felt the sting, but I didn't let it show. Instead, I simply said, something like that. Ethan leaned closer. "Man, Laura deserves someone who can keep up with her, you know? Not, whatever this is." The words hung in the air. My chest burned, but I didn't react. Not yet. Instead, I excused myself, grabbed a drink, and watched from across the room. Ethan strutted around like a peacock, whispering in Laura's ear, making her laugh while glancing at me like I was the punchline of some cruel joke. But what Ethan didn't know was this. I wasn't just Laura's husband. I was the silent majority shareholder of the very company he worked for. I had kept it quiet, preferring anonymity. My business dealings had merged with hers years ago, but I stayed in the background while the board handled day-to-day affairs. Ethan thought I was a nobody. He was about to learn otherwise. When the speeches began, the CEO called me to the stage. "We'd like to thank our primary investor, whose support has allowed this company to thrive. Please welcome Mr. James Carter." The room went still as I walked up. Ethan's smirk vanished. Laura's jaw dropped. I gave a short, professional speech, thanking the team for their work and expressing pride in their accomplishments. But before I stepped down, I glanced directly at Ethan. "And of course," I said smoothly, "a company is only as strong as the respect shared among colleagues and their families." The silence was deafening. When I returned to the table, Ethan was pale. He muttered something about needing air and disappeared for the rest of the night. Laura sat frozen, shame written all over her face. "James, you never told me." I cut her off, my tone sharp but calm. "I didn't think I had to. Respect doesn't depend on titles. Or at least, it shouldn't." The rest of the night, no one mocked me. In fact, people lined up to shake my hand. And Ethan? He spent the next week cleaning out his desk after HR received multiple complaints about his party behavior. As for my wife, she learned the hard way that laughter at my expense had a price. One she never expected me to collect so publicly. Because sometimes, silence isn't weakness, it's the setup for the perfect strike.